Back on the show.
AquaMethodPodcast. Nonconformist, positive nonsense.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GP and rocking with me on the Aqua Method Podcast. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spelled normally. No special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. It's GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com. Any types of sponsorships, advertisements, questions, anything nice you want to say about the podcast, I really appreciate it. GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com is the place to do it. You are listening to this and watching this on GrasshopperGP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. GrasshopperGP Official with 3 S's is a YouTube account. Thank y'all once again for rocking with me on the Aqua Method Podcast. And I got my man, I got my homeboy, Mr. Jeff, a.k.a. Cap, comic book wizard, the showrunner here at Ambooks 2. And I always thank him for letting me rock out here when I do my show. You know, it means a lot to me.
It is what it is, man. First of all, that keyboard was stuck, man. I'm not blaming you on that. I'm not saying you couldn't spell. Keyboard stuck. It wasn't your fault.
It was my fault. I should have proofread my account name before I set it out. You know,
It happens.
You know.
But the other thing, you always say if you have something positive to say, man. What if you got something negative to say? Where you send those?
Well, you just put
Send those to my email.
Mr. Jeff is about the bullshit. He likes the negative. He's a fighter.
I am cantankerous. I am. Yeah.
Mr. Jeff likes to troll people on the internet.
I do.
And
My mom always said if I was good at something, stick with it.
I mean, like, I don't see why you would give me negative comments. I tried to be. This is nonconformist, positive nonsense. The Aqua Method Podcast. No focus is a focus. I mean, everybody's looking for a little escape, and just talking about comic books and the whatnot. And that's what I bring. So, but I got my first thumbs down on YouTube like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
It was an episode me and Dan did a while back, and I have no idea why that person gave me a negative, thumbs down,
Yeah.
but I got one, and that's it.
So Trump.
No, Cat, we're not doing the presidential election. We're not doing that right now.
Oh, come on.
Cause like it's gonna be nothing. But I know I don't want no parts of that. I already did 2 episodes, and I knew that I wasn't gonna do no episodes with you because I know that you're gonna you're just gonna shoot lightning bolts out your eyes at your enemies, at people who disagree with you. Because some people can't disagree and be, cordial about it. It has to be a fight at all times, and I'm not with that right now. Not on this show. How about that? That's cool with you?
But no.
Well, it's gotta be, Cap. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. All right, Cap. I'm gonna give you. You got 60 seconds. Go.
I hate politics. I don't want to talk politics. It's ridiculous.
I don't like politics either. I mean, I'm indifferent towards politics. It doesn't make a difference to me.
But I do have an issue with the whole electoral system.
Okay.
It's ridiculous that more Americans voted for one person, but she lost.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a fan at all.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan of either of them. I didn't vote for either of them. I don't care about either of them. But either way.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about politics. That's ridiculous. Why are we talking about politics?
Yeah. So, Mr. Jeff.
Yes.
I've been wanting to talk about Doctor Strange. I saw it. I think I saw it the first night it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I might have saw it the night before. Thanks to my good friends at the movie theater.
Right.
But so it's been out for a good long time, but I ain't had nobody to talk to about it because most of the people haven't seen it, or they don't, they're not interested in that type of movie. But I know that you are, and I know that you saw it. So what you thought of Doctor Strange, Cap?
First of all, why ain't I got no friends in the movie theater? Ain't nobody ever lets me in at the movie theater. Lets me in early.
You used to have a very good friend at the movie theater.
I just what's up
Very
with that?
close associate.
That upsets me greatly. Anyway, I thought it was all right. It was good.
Like, okay, on the A to F scale, what you give it?
A to F.
Mm-hmm. I give it a C.
I give it more than that. I give it a B.
You give it a B?
If not, maybe a B plus.
Okay, well that's good, man.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, that's
Very
good.
well done. Looked good. It was fun.
My issue with it was like it had origin storyitis.
That it did.
It had that heavy,
Right.
and I felt like the movie it was beautiful to look at, awesome to look at, and I thought it was really well portrayed. Doctor Strange looked good. Ancient One was great. I really loved the Ancient One. Ancient One was probably my favorite part of the movie. But it was just like I feel like you could have cut out a good bit of it and made a shorter movie, which is not good.
Right, that's true.
So how do you feel about the inclusion of Doctor Strange into the MCU? You think he'll fit in pretty well?
Yeah,
or?
there's no reason. I mean, they need to set up a mystical side of it.
Right.
So who better?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I am glad they didn't. Everyone's like, oh, how's he gonna become Sorcerer Supreme, and how are they gonna do that in the movie? Well, they didn't. He's not a Sorcerer Supreme. He's not a Sorcerer Supreme yet.
Okay.
He's still learning.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's good. And I'm glad you brought that up because it did seem like he got his abilities really fast, and he explained it.
Right.
He explained it by saying like that's how he got his doctorate so fast because he got a
Right.
photographic memory and all that good stuff.
I have a pornographic memory. It's similar.
Explain that. Explain what
I'm
that
joking. I made it up. It sounds like photographic.
A pornographic memory. That's
Yeah,
that's an
it's
interesting
a little
talent.
But no, I enjoyed it. I was, I don't know, I wanted a little bit more from the big villain, from Dormammu, but
Yeah.
The floating head thing is always a little odd.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they portrayed him the best way they could on the big screen.
Probably so.
And I think they did. I think they did all right with it. But the villain issue is still prevalent in the MCU. I actually liked the other guy, the bad sorcerer.
Chuckles. I don't remember. Yeah, I really like to set up a Baron Mordo.
That looks cool.
Was good.
Is he a villain in the books? Because
Yes.
I'm not familiar with Mordo. I know of him, but I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with his history. He was a villain.
And I love that. I've always liked that actor. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
And I like that there was a lot of controversy and a lot of people whining that the Great One, or the Ancient One, was a white lady.
Yeah,
but
she looked great, man. She was my favorite part of the movie.
You've got a group that you obviously different people from around the world come to. You've got a group that's an American, an African American man, and a Celtic woman. They're obviously not all Asian. That's kind of the whole point. Anyone can get into this, and she explained that she'd been there for generations. So who cares?
Man, I'm with you.
But people can complain about
that's what we talked about. We talked about that before with I can't remember what the movie was, but we had talked about this a while back. People just like to fight, Cap.
Yeah.
You know what it is. People just like to. You like to fight.
I don't like to fight.
You like to. What would you call it, man? Because I don't think you take it personally. I think you just like to make it personal for them because you like to see them get riled up.
I'm confrontational.
Yeah.
And through confrontation, sometimes you can learn more about people than you can by them being yes people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's being honest, you then get honesty.
Yeah.
And it's always not in the best way.
Right.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes you get venom back.
Right.
But then
But yeah, but you go into it knowing that you can get a good debate. Like two adult people talking about something, disagreeing on something, or you could possibly get a fight.
Right.
Both of those scenarios are available to you, but depending on the reaction of the person. Right. But you go into all of them like that, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always ready to be combative about something.
Right.
If I can get a good conversation out of it, great. If I can't, I'm just
that aggravates me, man. Because sometimes I argue with people all the time, and there's a lot of people I know that are very mature, and you could we just want to agree to disagree. But there's some people who just want to scrap.
Right.
And I never understood that. Like why I can't have my beliefs and you believe what you want to believe, and we just go our separate ways.
And this is going to be generalized. I tend to find that the people that are there just to argue are the lesser intelligent of people.
Absolutely.
They don't want to see another side.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just because you grew up a certain way doesn't mean it was the right way, and just you grew up believing a certain thing doesn't mean it's the right thing. There's always other
Can't let it go.
opinions. There's always other. There's always another way to see something. Everything's got multiple sides.
Right.
And I like to bring that up to people. I like to point that out to people. I like to point out that just because you were raised Catholic doesn't mean a Buddhist or a Muslim is any less worthy of love than anybody else. Because it's all the same thing in the end.
So. Yeah, just different names for the same thing. I agree with you on that. But yeah, but you give it a little more praise than me. It was just the origins. I knew it was gonna be.
Right.
I was gonna have that.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it was gonna have to set it up. It was a 2-hour movie. Half of that's gonna go to where he came from.
Right.
At least half of it. You know, but I do feel like they rushed his. I don't. He could have made it longer. I would appreciate a longer movie, and I think the MCU and Marvel Studios and just comic book movies in general, they've earned themselves enough leeway to justify a 3-hour movie if they wanted to.
So I was a little worried it could go off the rails, and it didn't. It stuck with the formula, and it's kind of done what the rest of them have done. And for a character, magic is a lot of times hard for people to swallow. It's people that would rather things based in reality have a hard time dealing with magic. So I think they did a good job with it. I did really enjoy one of the running gags through the whole movie is why would you put the warning after the instructions? And at the end, if you sat through the credits, at the end of the credits, it says it gives you a warning about texting and driving, which I just was like, okay, that's cute. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's
driving distracted. Yeah.
It's like you could have put that before. You could have put it before and saved the whole time, and he could have just been a great surgeon. It would have been boring. It'd been called ER.
Right. That'd have been bad.
Although ER with Doctor Strange would be great.
You think so?
Yeah.
With a little astral projection and saving lives outside the physical plane and stuff like that. It looked good. It looked really dope. The mirror world, mirror realm.
Yeah.
Looked really cool.
I feel sorry for people that went in with, in an altered state. Had to be trippy as heck.
Yeah, man, that was something else, man. There's when they open his third eye. I can't. It's impossible for me to give you spoilers because you got to see it. It's really, really dope. But yeah, man, the MCU continues to be the benchmark for all superhero movies. But yeah, so they keep making the hits, and it's breaking all types of records, which is really cool. And I'm surprised that it did as well as it did. Are you surprised that financially it did as well as it did?
No. It's
because it's not Iron Man. It's not a character like. Even when Iron Man came out, Iron Man had like a fan base, it wasn't like Spider-Man or Batman or Superman like that, but like
there was a fan base.
Yeah, it was a fan base, but they're like Doctor Strange. I don't know. You know better than me. It has to be considerably smaller.
Yeah.
The people that know about Doctor Strange.
It was kind of like Ant-Man. Is there such thing as before the movie was there such thing as an Ant-Man fan? No. There were Doctor Strange fans. It just wasn't. I don't know. I guess when you get a film and that's what Marvel's doing right, or Marvel Studios has done right, is they're not making a superhero film. They're making a genre film with superheroes in it.
Explain that.
Winter Soldier 2, or Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, was an espionage film. Straight up. It was an action espionage,
Great
Jason
movie.
Bourne-esque, and it just so happened to have superheroes in it.
Right.
Ant-Man was a heist film with just so happened to have superheroes in it. This was a film about magic and redemption and stuff like that. It just so happened to have superheroes in it.
Okay.
So you make a good quality film with a good quality script with themes other than we're superheroes to be superheroes, Batman, Superman, and you get a quality film.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between what.
But that goes along with the difference between Marvel and DC as a whole.
Yeah, it does.
Because they've always put the person. Marvel's always made them more personable.
Right.
And shows you their flaws and stuff like that, and how they're more human.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no
a lot more human consistently in Marvel over DC.
Yeah. Part of the reason you love Spider-Man is because of what you see of Peter.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. And whereas Clark is just Clark Kent is just a disguise, and Bruce Wayne is just a means to an end. It's not like there's no great Clark Kent stories. There's no great, but there are plenty of great Peter Parker stories.
You could do a whole series of Spider-Man comics without ever him putting the suit on.
The first 12 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man were amazing. You didn't put the suit on the whole time.
Yeah.
You're
right. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
It was all about the character, which was great.
Yeah. So you feel like, how do you feel in the pantheon? There's 14 MCU movies right now. In the pantheon of that, how do you feel? Where does Doctor Strange lay? Is it in the top half, bottom half? Top 7, bottom 7.
Man, I hadn't even thought about that. I wouldn't. I don't. Man, it's hard to pick a bottom 7 period though.
Yeah.
I mean, besides.
I could pick a bottom 7.
Well, I mean, Thor 2.
Yeah.
And
I didn't like Thor. I mean, I kind of like. I like the way it looked. It was just. It wasn't that good of a story. It could have been better. But I'm gonna put Iron Man 2. I didn't like Iron Man 2.
Well, Iron Man 3, you see, and they weren't bad. They just weren't as good as the others.
Right, exactly.
And that's
exactly.
And that's if that's the worst thing you can say for the Marvel Studios is that their worst films are consider their worst films only because they're not quite as good as the rest.
Right.
You're doing a good job.
Right.
That's like Pixar level of quality. Putting out quality films.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Never thought of it like that.
It's not like they've put out a bad film yet.
Yeah.
They put out a couple that were not as good.
Not as good as the other,
right.
Yeah.
But they haven't put out a Batman vs Superman or a Suicide Squad or any of that stuff.
Those do get bad. Since we brought it up, give me your top 5. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, okay.
Give me your top 5
Marvel
MCUs.
movies?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
I'm gonna give you mine. In no particular order except for the first one. Civil War, Captain America 3 is number 1 for me. So that's one. I know I got Captain America 2 in there.
That's a great movie.
I got both Avengers, and for number 5, I think I'll put Guardians. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Guardians. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my top 5.
Yep. I don't know. That's rough, man. At this point, you think about it and you're like, I forgot about that. Or I forgot about Guardians. Which, man, the stuff for Guardians 2 just looks great.
Guardians 2 looks off the chain, man. It looks real dope. I hear that, I'm not letting you off the hook, by the way. You got to think about that. But,
No, my list was about the same as yours.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right, cool. Amazing Spider-Man. Not Amazing Spider-Man, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Spider-Man Homecoming. The trailer should be tied into Star Wars. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
We'll
so I'm excited about that, man. I'm excited about that. That should be dope. But yeah, so based on what I just said, those 5, and if I had to put another 2 in there, I don't think Doctor Strange would be in my top 7, my top half of the MCU.
Yeah, I guess not either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to sit down and look at a list for me to be able to really say
right
for sure. But
it's hard to keep track of them because I like to break it up like this. There's 3 Captain Americas, 3 Iron Mans, 2 Thors, a Hulk, a Guardians, an Ant-Man, 2 Avengers, and am I missing something? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Is that 14 movies really?
14
Wow.
movies, man.
Crazy. But yeah, I enjoyed it. What other one were we supposed to talk about? We're supposed to talk about something else.
You saw Fantastic Beasts.
I did.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I don't plan on seeing it because I'm not a Harry Potter fan. So what'd you think of it though?
I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah?
fun.
Yeah.
It was just enough there to remind you that it's Harry Potter world.
Mm-hmm. You're a Harry Potter fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I almost bad. It's bad. Yeah.
So you're a big fan.
I've read them multiple times, and it's bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
I was never into it as a kid. I remember the first time I saw one of those books. I was in middle school. I'm like, and it's a huge book. I'm not gonna read no book about no wizards.
So
they couldn't get me into it. I couldn't get into it.
So you're telling me you're a bigot against wizards? Damn, GP.
I guess I don't like to think of myself as I don't have no bigotry or no prejudice against
Except
wizards.
wizards. You just don't want to read about them.
I just didn't want to read that book back in the day, and I'm like, and they kept, and there's a bunch of them, and I'm like, what? Like I didn't read the first one, I ain't see the first movie, so I'm just out of the loop. But what I did was, because I thought it was gonna be the last one, and I wanted to be a part of it some kind of way. I saw the last Harry Potter movie. I saw that. I had no context at all, but I saw it. I kind of like it.
So it's you like the one white guy. Well, look, I got this one black friend. I'm not racist. So you saw one Harry Potter movie that means you're not discriminatory against wizards. Man, this ain't cool, bro. I thought we were friends.
I like to think so, Cap. I think we. I think
man,
so.
that hurts.
But I'm also not a fan.
So you're not running around playing Quidditch outside with a broomstick?
Absolutely
and stuff?
not. You'll never see me with no broom between my legs playing no Quidditch with no golden ball, none of that. I don't. But shout out to the people who do, man. Shout out to Harry Potter fans. I never got into it.
Nerds. I mean, I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, you did.
I've never done that.
You never played Quidditch?
No. I read the books, watched the movies.
There was like a little Quidditch. I think there was like a Quidditch league or something that was going on in at Gerard for a little while. Yeah, UL had like a little something. Mm-hmm.
No,
but I like Harry Potter. I like everything that galvanizes people, that creates a fandom that people really, really care about. That's why I like the MCU. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I like Star Wars because of that, because I know there's a lot of people who love it. You know, I think that's awesome, you know. But I couldn't get into it. And I can't watch, I'm not watching Fantastic Beasts. It looks like Harry Potter light. It looks like a more, just optics. It looks like a more boring version of Harry Potter.
Not really. I mean,
a slow-moving version of Harry Potter.
No, it was. It didn't deal with Originitis at all.
Okay.
You didn't have to deal with any of that.
That's cool.
You basically dropped in. You know, he's a guy that collects creatures, and especially if you know the Harry Potter stuff, he's the guy that wrote the textbook that's the monster that attacks.
Okay,
Harry.
he wrote
He's
that.
the guy that wrote that.
Okay.
Book. And it's all about him, but also about Grindelwald, who was the villain before Voldemort, and which, for the record, there's always a Voldemort. She finally cleared that up. It's Voldemort. You don't pronounce the T.
Okay.
So in the books, in Deathly Hallows, it mentions Dumbledore had followed this wizard who ended up going dark.
Mic check. 1, 2. Yep.
We back in.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so we had some friend with a problem came up, and I had to, talk her down a little bit.
Now, for all you people thinking that this guy's an asshole, you're wrong. Very sweet man. Took care of her. She's gonna be all right.
Oh, she'll be all right.
Yeah.
She's way too sweet, way too pretty, way too intelligent to be dealing with the trash she deals with.
Yeah, I just met her. She's a very sweet person. Very nice.
Very good
You
people.
get like vibes are real. You can feel positive vibes from people, and she got that. So
No, sweet girl doesn't deserve this crap. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're a wizard racist.
I'm a wizard racist. I'm not a wizard racist. Like, no, I don't have. See, I feel like if I was a racist, all right, let's talk about it like that. If I was a racist, a wizard racist, I would not be talking to you because you like Harry Potter, and I'm not.
But I'm not a
fan.
wizard.
But I don't know no wizards.
Well, me neither.
But
Well,
I know Harry Potter fans.
Yeah.
And then I don't
But
have no
you
problem
just don't
with
like the Harry Potter. You just don't like
I'm
him.
not. Yeah, I'm not into it.
Is it because he's white?
No, absolutely not because he's white.
Because there are black wizards too.
I bet. I
the
we're talking
Asian
about Baron
wizards?
Mordo. We're
Yeah.
talking about him. He's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
He was cool.
I'm just trying to search shit
I know.
out. You know, I'm joking. You know I'm joking.
I was going along with it, man.
Oh yeah, I know. It's but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. The Deadly Beast thing is they're doing
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts. Oh jeez. They're doing. It's either
It's gonna be a
5.
trilogy?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like 5.
Oh, it's gonna be 5
5 or
of them.
7. I think it's
wow.
5.
Okay.
The villains already.
J.K. Rowling get that money,
Oh
bro.
yeah, dude. Like she doesn't have enough.
She get that loot, man.
Yeah, and that's that reminds me of a joke. What's Harry Potter's favorite way to get down a hill?
A barrel of money.
Walking.
I don't get it.
J.K. Rowling.
Oh.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Oh, I got a stomach ache from
Yep,
that.
that was horrible.
Oh,
it was
man.
bad. That was like one of the worst jokes
That
ever.
was awful.
That was
I really
horrible.
didn't get it. I didn't know where I was going. Oh,
Yep.
I should have known.
J.K. Because it's saying just kidding.
Yeah.
Rowling. Her name is J.K.
Right.
Yeah. No, I guess she needs more money for something. I don't know.
I mean, but if you keep making a product, then you deserve every dollar that you get. If you make a product that people like,
Yeah. It's one of those things. You do something, it gets so big, and you get to the point where you're trapped in it. But I mean,
You think so? You think she's trapped in it?
yeah. I mean, she's tried to do a couple other things, and no one's really cared. She had to go back to this.
That's unfortunate.
But
Do you feel like? Do you think? I would love to talk to her. So if J.K. Rowling, if you ever got the time, I know you don't. You'd be on my little podcast. Do you think there's no room for anything else besides Harry Potter stuff?
I don't think there's no room. I don't think there's much interest.
Right.
It's
Because I feel like if you're a fan of Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, right? You know the person who made it. If they make something else, you'll be at least interested, right?
that's what you'd think,
Yeah.
but it doesn't appear to be that way. I mean,
'Cause,
she
like-
put out at least one, if not 2 books, and no one's really cared. It's.
Yeah, I mean, that's news to me. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's like, so she had to go back and do a play that's a sequel, and then now this.
Yeah.
I mean, the last Harry Potter book was what, 8 years ago?
Really?
It's 6
Wow.
6 years ago, 8 years ago,
It's been about that.
and
Yeah.
you know, you leave it but everyone keeps demanding more and demanding more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you keep going? No, I'm not going to do what you want. I'm going to do this, and I hope you read it, or do you go give in and make the money?
I would hope that if she's doing it, if she keep making Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter, that universe, if she keep building that, I hope that she at least likes it. If she feels like she's supposed to do it, then she shouldn't do it. You know, I mean, like you said, she don't need no more money. She all right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, if she just passionate about writing, then just write. You know, but like I hope that she legitimately likes doing this and that she's not trapped in doing it.
I don't know.
You know,
I wouldn't think she's trapped, but I think she does like giving people what they want. I mean, she's not trapped. She can stop, but people are, are going to bother her the rest of her life, wanting to know what happens with Scorpius and what happens with, Harry's kids and grandkids, and what about the American school and this and that. You know, there's so much other information people want from this universe,
right?
That she can give.
I mean, eventually, it's unfortunate, but it's just laws of nature. She's going to stop sooner or later.
Yeah, well,
I mean, but it's interesting because that's kind of like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Star Wars has been going on for decades, and they've been decades now. Yeah, and it's still going on. So like somebody could possibly carry their legacy. Yeah,
40 years. Wow. Yeah, 40 years. 40 years next year.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas is still out there and stuff like that. But I mean,
he's passed it on though.
Yeah, right.
It's been given to other people. Be right back.
All right. Yeah, it's a little tough getting down now. Sitting down. Getting
I'm
older.
tired. It's been a long day.
I'm
getting old. I'm getting old.
Yeah, but speaking of, your birthday just passed. How was that, Cap?
44. It was
44.
Okay. It was all right. Had people come over. My girl cooked. It was cooked too much. Good Lord, we ate. Whew. And friends that come over and I'd never seen go for seconds went for seconds. So yeah, we did good. It was good. We had a good time.
That was good. Well, happy birthday to you, Cap. I wanted to tell you that to you in person, and because like I said, man, you pretend like you're not a good guy because you like to troll people, but Cap is a really good dude, and I'm happy to have him in my life. You're a good fella.
I generally spend the last 10, 12 years, I spent most of my birthdays alone. The woman I was dating would always leave town for Thanksgiving. I ended up spending my birthday alone, including my 40th birthday, which was really depressing. And so I got to where I just really didn't look forward to birthdays anymore.
Right.
And last year was decent. I had a friend, Stephanie, that came and we sat and watched TV all day, like marathoned Jessica Jones.
That's
day.
dope.
Yeah. And it was
That's
great.
a good time.
And Jolie, who's like basically a daughter to me, came by and brought me ice cream and
Redhead, huh?
yeah. And it was great, And so that was a good birthday. And then this year was even better. So it looks like we got a better path going now for how.
That's good.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. So, you don't want to spend even if it's just one person. I want to spend my birthday with somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then of course I'm 44. What do I get for my birthday? Legos. My mom brought me shopping. What you want? I don't know. I'm good, Mom. I'm good.
That is horrible and adorable at the same time.
Mom bought me $150 worth of Lego crap.
Did you go to the store with your mother?
Yes, I did. And she was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Well, Mom, I don't want anything, man," because my dad gave me money on top of that. I was like, "I don't want anything, Mom could."
Right.
And she's like, "Well, what about this game you're playing? The Lego Dimensions game. Is there something new for that?" Well, yeah.
Something else, man.
Well, do the boys play it with you? Well, yeah. Oh, well, let's get this. Well, what are you missing? I don't have this. And she buys it all. Oh, man. Which, okay, let's talk about something.
How old is your mother?
Older than me.
Right.
65?
That's what I was going to guess.
65, 66 months in there. So she got me the Adventure Time packs for this game.
Okay.
Which, in case you hadn't seen this is Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
It's like Skylanders and stuff, so you can have
a bunch of little different characters.
Yep, Ghostbusters, Harry Potter.
They got Sonic in there.
Sonic.
Yeah.
The Gremlins, E.T., the Powerpuff Girls, the Simpsons.
Is Marvel in there?
No.
Not yet.
DC is though.
Oh,
they're
DC.
Not. Well,
DC,
it's a Warner Brothers game.
Okay.
So they're not gonna put Marvel and Star Wars.
Okay, makes sense.
But all these properties, Mission Impossible, Portal, just all this stuff, and you play it all together. So you can be Voldemort driving the DeLorean from Back to the Future, fighting the Riddler on a Balrog, you know, with Voldemort and your team and the Wicked Witch of the West. It's just all kind of crazy stuff.
Right.
Great fun game. But so they got me the Adventure Time one.
Okay.
And I never watched Adventure Time.
Right.
I tried it once.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out because the wiggly arm stuff.
Right. I'm
It
not
just
a fan.
it just weirded me out. But then I got these things for this, and it gave me its own level, and I thought, okay, cool. You know, I'll play the level, and maybe I'll learn to like the show or something. No, it's just as bad, man. This whole wiggly arm thing freaks me the hell out.
Right.
And I don't know what the deal is. Why do we have to have wiggly arms, man?
It's one of those random cartoons where they try to build a story, but it's so chaotic that the story is just like it's secondary just to all the chaos.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there's the vampire chick that plays guitar.
Yeah.
But she's really cool.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't walk, she floats, and it's just like, oh, what the heck is this crap? You know? Man, I'm getting old.
It's one of those but it's made for my generation.
Right.
It's made for people my age. You know, Adventure Time and regular show. I like
regular shows kind of seems like it's geared more to my group.
You think so?
With the 80s metal references and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It seems like it's more
fair enough.
geared
Yeah.
to my,
Yeah.
you know, but that might just be me.
Right.
Which
right.
I enjoyed. You know, but I don't know. There's a lot of this new animation I just can't get into.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, at the station, the guy, one of the producers, he always puts on one of the TVs that we're not using during the show. He puts on Gumball, The Amazing World of Gumball.
Right.
Don't like that show. It's just so weird, and there's so many different animations. They got cell shaded animation, got 3D rendering. They got all these different types of animation in this. And all these different inanimate objects are anthropomorphic. They got facial features. They can talk. They got a talking balloon. They got a cactus-looking thing. They got a T-Rex just floating around, you know, and a ghost. And like there's no rhyme or reason to it. They got a pink cat. I mean a blue cat that's related to a pink bunny, and somehow they got adopted an orange fish. Weird.
Yeah. See, I
don't like it. Don't like Gumball.
I put them all in the same thing.
Shout
Steven
out to
Universe and Adventure Time. And
Steven Universe, I really don't like. It's just, I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj was on that, kind of dope.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I liked Gravity Falls. I like Phineas and Ferb. You know, because it was intelligent children's entertainment.
Right.
And I enjoyed it.
You like SpongeBob?
I did not like SpongeBob.
No, I couldn't get into SpongeBob.
SpongeBob was after I've gotten to be an adult and I didn't have cable and stuff, and I think it really was kind of before my kids.
Yeah.
So my kids didn't really watch it, so I never really got SpongeBob.
I always thought SpongeBob was for girls, cause I was in high school and girls were still really into SpongeBob, and I'm like, that's really not for me. I used to get my cousin, one of my female cousins, like SpongeBob stuff, cause that's what she liked, you know. But,
yeah, I don't know. It didn't appeal to me. His voice aggravates me.
Yeah. I mean,
then I work for the old man, the Krusty Krab.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic. I work for him. You know, he hits home way too close to home. Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Where to find them?
Right.
They were at the movie theater. Found them.
There you go. Kind of made me think like you was talking about chicks, like you found some chicks, like that's some Fantastic Beasts at a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen. So this is what, number 7 total or 8, 9?
What
movies? Harry Potter
9.
movies.
9 technically.
This would be number 9.
7. There was 8. So 7 books. There's 8 movies. So
Right.
this makes 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And-
So this is number 9.
Yep.
Where you rank this one? Can you rank them since it's so chronologically set?
Not really. I mean, my favorite book was Goblet of Fire. So and then this one's its own thing. It's
Okay.
There's references that tie back to the Harry Potter stuff, but it's not really. It's totally different. You know, it can stand on its own. You know, so it's kind of hard to rank in there.
Right.
There was a little bit of a MacGuffin at the end, which really was weird. But
What's that?
You know,
What's a MacGuffin?
something that they just throw in.
That's a new word. I just learned. MacGuffin.
A MacGuffin. You know, something they throw in.
Is that a Harry Potter word? Or that's
No.
like a...
No, it's something that they just throw in to finish it, to fix something.
Okay.
It's like they
Like-
get to the end of a script and
like
go, what
Ex
do we
Machina?
need? Yeah.
Okay.
What do we need? Well, we need a bird that cries and can make everybody forget stuff. Okay. well, let's put a bird at the beginning of the movie, and that's what he's going to bring this bird to Arizona for some reason. Yeah, cool. The bird's going to fix everything.
Okay.
Which we don't, we see the bird like twice. It doesn't say, nowhere does it tell you about this creature's power to do this kind of stuff. They just tell us at the end.
Okay.
And that was my only real complaint about it. Other than that, it was fine.
You liked it. So A to F, what you give it?
C+.
C+.
Yeah.
So you like Doctor Strange more than Fantastic?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then but also the surprise. There's a I don't want to spoil it, but there's a surprise villain.
Okay.
I mean, you figure out who he is pretty early on. The guy playing him is somewhat of a surprise. They kind of leaked it already, but before the movie came out, they had leaked it. They signed him, but it was kind of cool. But you got Colin Farrell playing, basically what appears to be the bad guy through the whole movie.
Right, but he ain't the bad guy.
Right, well, he is.
Oh.
But when they eventually take off the disguise, and it's a different actor, and it's an actor that they've both played the same character once before when Heath Ledger died, which I thought was kind of interesting. Ledger died in the middle of filming Dr. Dr. Parnassus and the Dr. Pernier. That movie.
That's a long title.
The Imaginarium.
Yeah. Pagirium? Something. Emporium? Something.
Yeah. Terry Gilliam movie. And Ledger died in the middle of it, so a couple of actors jumped in to fill the role, and every time you saw him, it was a different person. And they explained when he'd go into these different worlds, that's why he looked different. But the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. There we go.
Okay.
There it is. Okay. So that was kind of neat. But
that's cool.
And they mentioned there's obviously a tie between Newt and a girl he was friends with, may have been in love with, whatever, that he went to school with, that is a Lestrange. Whereas Bellatrix Lestrange is one of the villains, and she's my favorite character in the books. Hate her in the movies, because I don't like Helen Bonham Carter. But she's my favorite character in the books.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of curious to see where that ties.
But yeah.
So,
Fantastic Beasts.
Yep.
It
was not quite fantastic, but it should have been titled, not too bad Beast. Surprisingly good Beast.
Okay.
And where the fuck?
You see all comic books behind me. We're rocking at Ambooks 2, so please come visit Ambooks 2, buy all the stuff, support your local comic book shops. I wanted to throw that in there at some point in the show. I got a question for you, Cap, and
yes.
I'm gonna dive into this with my friend Pierce after we see Rogue One. So Star Wars has been going on for like 40-some years.
Almost 40 years. Next year's 40 years.
It'll be 40 years next year. Okay. And there's the movies, cartoons, and TV shows, books,
comics,
and all of it. And a lot of it's canon. A lot of it ties into each other, right?
Now, yeah.
Yeah. And that's stuff that's just fan fiction, and that stuff that's semi-canon or non-canon at all. That's based in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
But they built a universe that is expanded beyond the movies.
Yes.
And it's lasted for 40 years. How do you feel about the future of the MCU since they built a universe?
There is so much you can touch on.
So much material.
I mean, there's so many characters and so many storylines and so many villains and so much that you can go and tap. That I don't say they can go, infinitely, but
right.
there's more stuff out there than they could put in film anyway.
Right.
At one point someone's gonna go, man, a writer's gonna go, I don't want to write a Thor movie. I want to write this. But then again, as long as there's money involved, you never know.
Yeah.
Somebody will jump. There'll be somebody who's a screenwriter that's like, hey, I'll write it.
Right.
I want to write something. So.
But there's so much positive. Like that's such a positive fan output. Like there's so much the people love the stuff. And they've done so well with it. And I look at stuff like Star Wars for inspiration. Is there anything like Star Wars that's gone that long and has that many outlets like
Star Trek,
Star Trek,
Tarzan, Conan?
Really?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff that were, Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers, old school serial stuff that we just Green Hornet is another one.
But I'm talking about like the stuff that happened 40 years ago it's still referenced now. It's still part of the
yeah.
lexicon of today with the new movie coming out.
Yeah,
You know what I
Lone
mean?
Ranger, the whole
Yeah.
thing. Matter of fact, they've done an interesting in the comics where they're tying Lone Ranger, Zorro, and Green Arrow, Green Hornet together.
Really?
Green Hornet is Zorro's nephew or something, or great nephew or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So they still a lot of stuff all still ties together.
Well, that's good, man. Like,
There's no reason to give up what's in the past. If you skip over it and don't reference back to it, no one is going to be interested in going back and see it and read
Right.
it. So to keep your product, your
brand.
property alive,
Yeah.
you want to make sure they know it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's still stuff like this. I forgot the name of it. There's a sci-fi movie coming out that's based on some European graphic novels that most people have never heard of. But that has influenced a ton of other things. And so there's still stuff out there that we can explore. There's still universes out there that we've only touched on. I mean, the John Carter universe. There's so much interesting stuff.
I actually liked that movie. Nobody else did.
I enjoyed it. A lot of people were like, "Well, it's too much referencing this or Flash Gordon or too much referencing Star Wars." And it's like, no, actually, Star Wars referenced this material. John Carter was very influential to George Lucas and Spielberg and those guys, but you can't expect the average person to care enough to know that.
Before we wrap this thing up, you were saying like you glad that George Lucas passed the torch. What you mean by that?
Lucas is not the visionary some people think he is. Lucas had an idea, and then he hired some great writers and some great producers to put them together and made Star Wars. The people were like, "Oh, where did he go wrong with Episode 1? Where did he go wrong?" It's because he was in complete control of it, and no one reined him in. He had no one bouncing ideas off of him, no one telling him no.
Okay.
So
how much of a hand does he have in Rogue One?
Zero.
Really?
Nothing. He's I think he's credited as an executive producer or something, but that's kind of one of the deals they made. I don't think he has anything to do with it at all.
Really?
Yep. He may be able to make notes or whatever, but they don't have to. He has no control, which is good. They needed. I mean, after the disaster we had of Episode 1, 2, and 3, do you really want that man in charge of Star Wars anymore?
I mean, but I guess they was critically panned. Was it critically panned, or was it just fan panned?
No, it was especially the first one.
Okay, fair enough. But it made a lot though.
That it did.
Yeah, it made a lot.
But then again, Batman vs Superman made a lot too. That'd make it a good movie.
You are not a fan of Batman Superman.
Sorry, my girl just walked in.
And she has Popeyes.
What?
Popeyes.
Well, this has been the AquaMethod Podcast. This is your boy GP, and this is Jeff. I'm out.
He's about to go eat some Popeyes.
Word. I hanging all day.
All right, Cap. It was a lot of fun.
Take care, brother.
All right, we'll wrap this thing up. All right, so there's Mr. Jeff. Good to have him back on the show. And like I said, support your local comic book shops. She got Popeyes and some big ass fruits. It look like some apples, grapefruits, big ass grapefruits. Anyway, and I'm not using that as a euphemism. She really has the actual fruits right there. And they were just hugging it out. Yeah, hugging and kissing. Oh, they tonguing. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I'm just kidding. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Yeah. So this has been the AquaMethod Podcast, and long live the MCU and Star Wars, and all your fandoms and all the good stuff. Like creative art and artistic expression is always a beautiful thing, and I like all of it. Even though I'm not a fan of Harry Potter. Don't get mad at me, Harry Potter fans. It's the AquaMethod Podcast. And like I always say, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spelled normally. No special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. It's GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at grasshoppergp@yahoo.com for any types of sponsorships, advertisements. You have any questions you want to answer on the want me to answer on the podcast, or you just have something nice to say about the podcast, I really appreciate it. If you have any negative things to say about the podcast, write them down and throw them in the trash can. Or just leave a comment on the YouTube. But hopefully I get more positive stuff. I really appreciate it. Speaking of, I've gotten a lot of good notes and good feedback, so thank you to everybody who's watching, liking, sharing, and viewing. Please continue to share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You're listening to this and watching this on GrasshopperGP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. GrasshopperGP Official with 3 S's is a YouTube account. This has been the AquaMethodPodcast. Your boy GP, Cap over there eating some chicken. Y'all be good.